Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. The Pelicans have a lofty series lead with 3 wins. Will overconfidence be their undoing, or will their passion and determination help them prevail against the Dallas Mavericks? The quest for the best in the West continues. Coming up next.
It's time for Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. With the series at 3-1, this is a crucial game for both teams. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, Hall of Famer Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce round out. Taking a look at New Orleans, they are sitting pretty right now, up 3-1 in this series on the precipice of a trip to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, and the pressure is on for them to finish the job here. I mean, they need to execute early and control this game buzzer to buzzer. They don't want to blow this.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Sarr, Josh Giddey out there with flag, and it's Robertson in at the 1. It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
Yeah, this is the elevated energy level you expect in the postseason, chasing down blocks and making an impact.
Six on the shot clock. Pass the flag. What a terrific move that is.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Marks. Thompson right side. Over Giddey. Thompson outside. No good on the triple. Here's Hendricks. Has the flag. Here's Robertson. Here's the 3. And King pulls it down.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's Marks. And again, New Orleans, no good.
They haven't been able to find their rhythm. That's 3 straight misses now.
Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by New Orleans. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Here's King. Thompson right side. Pass to Mobley. Banked it in off the glass.
Imposing inside. Mobley is just too much.
Dallas has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Now Giddey. Here's flag. Back to Giddey. Takes the 3. And King pulls it down. King's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, look, that's another missed opportunity. 1 for 5 now from the field.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws tonight.
At the line for 2, Ramsey.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. He makes 1 of 2 that time. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Here's flag. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Dallas shooting their first free throw of the evening. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's King. Pass to Ramsey. Here's King. From the baseline. And again, New Orleans no good. The Mavericks leading. Outside Giddey. Pass to Flag. There's the block. And that'll be Dallas's ball as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks able to keep the possession. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Again, the miss by Dallas.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Here's Ramsey. Giddey defends. Low block shot. That one's wide left. For Dallas, they've gone only 2 of 6 from the field.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Here's King. Still without a bucket. Pass to Ramsey. Here's King. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
4 on the clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And the basket by Blackman.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Mavericks trailing. Pass to Flag. Now Sarr. Outside Giddey. Lets the 3 fly. Dallas no good that time either. New Orleans has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Blackman. Here's Ramsey. Pass to Henderson. Here's King. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
So graceful with the teardrop.
Mavericks trail by 3. Here's Flag. Back to Giddey. Launches a 3. Rebounded by New Orleans. King's got 5 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Here's Mobley. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Mobley's got his second basket.
Easy does it. Mobley is such a fluid athlete for his size.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's Robertson. No points so far. Pass to Hendricks. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
The Pelicans lead by 5. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
King, the pass to Blackman. 3-pointer off the mark. Here's Hendricks. Pass to Giddey. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
And they just keep making mistakes. I mean, that's back-to-back turnovers, which easily could have been prevented.
So timeout called here, the first for New Orleans. The Pelicans making a switch here. And real quick, let's check out the field goal percentage leader. Well, New Orleans shooting has been tremendous. 63% for the game and scoring with confidence. We've got Henderson. He's out there with Evan Mobley. And it's Blackman in at small forward. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Singletary, the pass to Nance. Pass to Servetus. Oh, swiped away. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. Here's Singletary. Spins. Pass to Sims. Here's Singletary. Lets it go from deep. On target from range. Singletary's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And here's Henderson. Nance pulls down the board. Mavericks trail by 14. To the inside. And that one's good. Servetus.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Pass to Marks. Three-pointer. And again, New Orleans no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Roy had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Pelicans lead by 12. Here's King. Now Mobley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Marks. The three. With the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, you have to love the hustle to follow it up there. Timed that tip perfectly.
And so it's Dallas with it. Inside. Here's Nance. Here's Servetus. To the right side. Here's Sims. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Singletary. Drops in the three.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Here in quarter two, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's Marks. Lets it fly from 18. That shot is off.
Well, his team has the lead, but this has to be a bit of a concern for him. The shot isn't falling, and it's been a forgettable night.
Nance the screen. Here's Singletary. 9 points in the game. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Mobley on a screen. Here's King. And it falls for him. He's hit 3 of his first 4 attempts.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And Dallas making a change here. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Roy, covered by Mobley. And that one is hammered home!
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Here's King. He has 6. Mobley on a screen. 5 on the clock. They get it back. Pass to Blackman. 4-3. Here's King. Here's Marks. Misses the 3.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And now New Orleans on the break. Here's King. 14 feet away. Blackman, no good. Mavericks trail by 11. Here's the pick. Here's Robertson. Again, the Mavericks good for 2 more. New Orleans has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. And the basket by Blackman.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Flag. 7 points in the game. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Henderson.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Here's Marks. Pass to King. Here's Marks. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. Marks has got 5.
It took 6 attempts, but he finally hits a shot.
Here's Flag. To the middle. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Pass to Robertson. Puts it up. They get it back. Here's Sims. Here's Robertson. Covered by Mobley. Here's Robertson. And here's Flag outside. Mobley grabs the board.
And that's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Out left to the wing. Here's Marks. And another basket for New Orleans.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Sarr's checked in for Dallas. Josh Giddey comes in for Sims. Here's Robertson. To shoot. Outside Giddey. To win the run. And King pulls it down. King's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Well, he is a wiry, strong athlete. Thompson's able to go through the contact.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Yeah, they've also had a great deal of second chance points tonight. Great job finding the offensive board and then converting on those extra tries.
Here's King. He's got 6.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Pass to Sarr. Down low. And finished off by Sarr.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Here's Flag. Out to the right wing. Stolen by Thompson. Here's King. Pass to Thompson. Intercepted. Here's Robertson. Defended by Thompson. It's Sarr with a drive. Here's Flag for three. It's hauled in by Henderson.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Dallas shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Ramsey gets the bucket. Ramsey's gotten 4 this quarter.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Pass to Hendricks. Here's Robertson. Sarr with a screen on Thompson. Launches it. Robertson's shot is off.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
And he caps his dunk off with a little extra flair, switching hands on that dunk.
And like he was in the air for an eternity. Well, it's always nice to head up to the connected cam to get another angle of these big plays, courtesy of AT&T. Pass to Hendricks. Nice ball movement by Dallas. With some arc. Jacks up a 3. Thompson pulls it in. Here's New Orleans. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Henderson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Yeah, that's like a quarterback leading his receiver. Put it right on him.
1:50 left to play in the first half. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Pass to Flag. Right wing, just 5 to shoot. The offensive rebound. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. Here's Sarr. 2nd chance shot. And Flag gets it to go on the assist by Sarr. Flag's got 12 points.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's King, and he goes up strong with a one-handed jam. And that's a double-double for him now.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
6 to shoot. And that one's good. Flag. 14 points for him.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Oh, there's the alley. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. 27 seconds left in the second. Outside Giddey. Pass to Flag. The 3. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Out to Thompson. Here's King. Here's Ramsey. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans feeling confident. 18-point lead to end that quarter. Defense is setting the tone. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Welcome, everybody, and in this pivotal Game 5, a tremendous performance thus far for the New Orleans Pelicans.
They are just racking up the assists right now, playing for one another. Man, this is great.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep up this mentality in the second half. If they do, they win.
Looking at the scenario for the New Orleans Pelicans, guys, it appears that everything is going their way so far.
Yeah, it sure is, Ernie. They have to feel great about what they're doing right here. I think it's become clear they are the better team.
Yeah, but remember, guys, this thing ain't over yet. You can't get too comfortable. You need to come out strong. Don't let up and put this thing away.
You're right, Shaq. You can't take anything for granted in this league. Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
Glad to have you with us as we return to the action here in the Western Conference Finals. So it's the Pelicans now. On the court right now for Dallas. They've got Flag. Josh Giddey out there with Sarr. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. King, the pass to Mobley. Here's Marks. And Mobley throws it down.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hops, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Outside Giddey. Here's Robertson. Here's Flag. It's Giddey on the wing. Over Thompson. Thompson with some nice D.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Off target with the 3. Mavericks trail by 20. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Robertson. And here's Giddey, defended by Thompson. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's King. 10 points for him. Pass to Thompson. Fires the 3. That shot missing. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Over to the left wing. Here's Flag. Now here's Sarr. Here's Robertson. And King pulls it down. King's got 11 rebounds in the game. Marks. And there's the screen. From outside the arc. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Hendricks has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Not a great start to the second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
And here's Flag outside. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Thompson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's Ramsey. Out to Thompson. This one for 3. And again, New Orleans no good.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
To the wing, right side. Here's Flag. 17 points in the game. Here's Robertson. Dallas no good that time either.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Ramsey can't get it to go. Mavericks trail by 20. Pass to Hendricks. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
It's deflected. Sarr against Mobley. Here's Flag. Back to Giddey. Sarr with a screen on Thompson. From deep, Giddey. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Here's King. He's got 10. To the inside. Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Henderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. New Orleans leading by 7. Thompson out there with Henderson. And then there's Charles Bassey. And it's King in at the point guard position. That's the Pelicans 5. The 3 ball. The rebound by Sims.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Got a hand on it, and they'll get another chance. Pass to Singletary. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Here's King. To the middle. Shot's good by Henderson. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Pass to Nance. Ball stolen. Here's King on the take. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's Singletary, defended by Thompson. It's stolen by Henderson. Here's King. Thompson outside. Pass to King. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Bassey. Nice pass. Nice catch. And a resounding dunk.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Here's Flag. Pass to Singletary. Nance with a screen on Thompson. Singletary. They can't stop the run with that one. The Pelicans lead by 12. Here's King. It's Thompson, high post. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Nance has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
If you're just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Henderson for 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Singletary, the pass to Nance. Here's Flag. From downtown, drains the triple. Flag's got 27 points.
This is their plan in the second half, to try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
There's a screen by Bassey. To the wing on the left. King, the pass to Bassey. Inside. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And Dallas making a change here. Sarr's checked in.
Number 20.
Mavericks trail by 9. A bit under 3.5 minutes had passed here in the fourth. Here's Flag. Pass to Sims. Here's Roy. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Deflected! And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Here's King. Down low. Henderson misses. For Dallas, they've gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the fourth. Pass to Singletary. From deep. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Back-to-back threes, making their defense work on the perimeter a bit.
The Pelicans call timeout. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to New Orleans coach address the team. He cautioned his guys against forcing things at the arc, saying we can't make a rhythm happen, so don't force it. Take what is coming to you out there. Coach hoping for renewed offensive focus going forward, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Really left him alone that time.
Well, you got to like Thompson's readiness. Coaches love a guy who is always ready to get involved.
Pass to Sarr. Here's Robertson. Puts up a 3. And the Mavericks, another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's King. From 17. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Now just a 3-point Pelican lead.
They're really employing a deep range initiative here in the fourth, and it's working.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. And here's Giddey. To the middle. And finished off by Sarr.
And give them credit on the job they've done to narrow the gap with this big run.
Here's King. Henderson for 3. And it's Flag with a rebound. Flag's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Giddey. Here's Robertson. Defended by Thompson. Henderson left side. Here's King. Henderson with a screen on Giddey. King, the pass to Henderson. And another dime for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Pass to Sarr. Here's Flag. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
There's a screen by Bassie. Here's King. Henderson outside. Over Flag. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Pass to Giddey. Here's Flag. They set the pick. Giddey. Shot clock at 6. To tie it up. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Henderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's King. Pass to Thompson. Here's King. 3-pointer. Sarr pulls it in.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Robertson. There's the 3. Bassie pulls it in.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
King, the pass to Thompson. Henderson with it. Pass to King. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. King's got 5 points in the quarter.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Here's Robertson. Now here's Giddey, defended by Thompson.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Thompson with a steal. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Thompson's got 19 points. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. We credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic. And a big reason why they're behind is because of the turnovers.
What a sensational move captured from the connected cam, sponsored by AT&T. New Orleans leading by 7. Here's Marks. There's a screen. From downtown. Oh, it's off target. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. Giddey against Thompson. Up top, Giddey. Sarr with a screen on Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Flag. Takes a 3. Oh, it misses.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Now Mobley. Blocked! And so the ball out of bounds. Mobley touched it last. Mavericks trail by 7. Giddey scanning the floor. Stolen by Mobley. Here's King, guarded by Sarr. Both hands there for a little extra.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And he nails it.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Here's Mobley. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Sarr.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Here's Flag. Puts up a tray. Oh, he cannot hit. A chance here to possibly put the game away.
They have to remain focused to get it done.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Ramsey. 2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. And Giddey has got the ball here for Dallas. Takes a shot. Oh, the miss in the face of great defense. Now Thompson. Pelicans take the series and will move on.
Well, for all the hard work they put in this season, they're the deserving champions of the West. Credit this entire organization, the front office, the coaching staff, the players, their families. A lot of sacrifices have to be made to get to this point.
Indeed, and now one final challenge for them to overcome. Maybe the biggest challenge they faced yet.
Yeah, and you know at this stage of the playoffs, it can get exhausting. But the energy they had to close out this series was incredible. They'll be carrying some serious momentum into the finals.
So for tonight, they'll celebrate being the Western Conference champions. But tomorrow, all attention on the NBA Finals. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and
look, 20K on a Monday morning. 20,000. We ain't the same cause your Monday's boring. I was stuck in the rain and his money pouring. Devin Booker, man, I'm out here scoring. Bad Ryan Passy. I didn't get Grammy. Neighbors asking questions, probably think that I'm an athlete. Like I been it, probably think somebody tagged me.
Look, I needed bands, so I drew up a plan to feed the fam. No Peter Pan, it's my chance. Out of town going ham to be the man. Understand, had to put on a show. It's on demand, I don't dance. I let the diamonds do that. When I'm shining, move back. This be making need no man popped on the scene. He keep paper like copy machines. These Freddy Kruegers ain't stopping the stream.
Not at all. Like, stop playing with my this rap, man. I could 50K on my watch and another 200 when I left the lot. They couldn't picture me like this, but now they ask for pictures. I was broke, now I'm not. Got a crush on him when it's ain't safe for your babysitter.
We gon' on site, or you a change man? Cuff your rights, but we was up all night. Wonder how I made it through, cause I'm net, got my cake at 82. Then make a bag every day, bringing plates down.
And I fell in love. Yeah, what up? Like, what up?
Like I'm driving down a one-way, it's crazy, I'm flying in these on a bum day. They had a chance, but it shattered with they dumb ways, cause they weak, even on a Saturday and Sunday. They be mad when the street winning, it don't matter, we gon' keep on winning.
We gon' keep on winning.
They be mad when the street winning, it don't matter, we gon' keep on winning.
We gon' keep on.
They be mad when the street winning, it don't matter, we gon' keep on winning.
We gon' keep on.
They be mad when the street winning, it don't matter, we gon' keep on winning.
Keep.
I'm ready to get it. I think they mad cause they want a little static. I see it, I want it, go get it, I grab it. I got it in pocket, I feel like a lad. No as a carpet, this must be magic. My bad like Jasmine, don't try to play, I get jealous, I'm spazzing. I'm wishing they would like some cabin. What are you doing? I leave them in dust. Popping that they never could touch. All of my life they be calling me rough. I guess they had enough. I be doing too much. I guess they had enough of me doing it up. I been looking at friends trying to pick one to trust. Why say you love me when it was just when you just could have told me you just want. My bad. I could have told you I passed and matched my foot on the gas. Cause all of you goofy. None of you know how to act. Sad. One give you my last. Hey, something you never might have. Hey, I look at them and I laugh. Why I gotta tell you to go get it back? What are you doing? I just keep it popping. I'm managing. Why you weak and you watching? If I'm on this gon' hit like a bop it. They want me to stop it. I trend like a topic. How can they fire on me? I'm the hottest. Then reach like a pocket. These be mad cause I speak like a prophet. I tell them shut up and get up and go. If you want it, then I put that on the floor. We be ducking the, we ain't ducking no, and on. It's a joke. You gon' get in that field, then round choke.